Remember, art soothes the heart, so follow me. Okay, today I thought we would work in our art journal and our magazine art journal and make what is known as a vision board. You may or may not have heard of a vision board before, but a vision board is a place where you can do it on a big board, you can do it on a piece of poster board. I like to do it in my art journal because I look through my art journal all the time, and it needs to be someplace where you're going to see it a lot because it's based on the law of attraction. So the law of attraction is like attracts like. So for instance, positivity attracts more positivity. If you're negative and you have a lot of negative thoughts, you're going to attract more things that make you feel negative. So a vision board, what you can do if you want to have different things come into your life, such as, maybe it's something, possession, something property-wise, where maybe you want a new car, or maybe you want financial freedom, or a different job, or better health, or a new relationship, whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. The way to manifest that is to write it down and put it out there to the universe that you want to draw that into you. So it's manifesting, and it is the law of attraction. So doing a vision board is finding a place to put all those things down to try to bring them into your world. I used to do a vision board just on the first of the year, or, first week of January. I would create my vision board for that year. The things that I want to achieve and attain as far as personal goals, business goals, maybe things that I'd like to get, something for my home, anything, a new pet, financial freedom, paying off your bills, refinancing your house, anything like that. I would put all those things down on the board with a visual image. And then at the end of the year, when it's time to do the new one, I would flip back to the old one and see, what of those things did I attain throughout that year. I also add to it as the year goes along. So, maybe middle of the year you decide, okay, I would really like to work towards having money in my savings account. So I would open up a savings account, and I would go to my vision board, and I would put a place on that vision board with dollar signs or a piggy bank or something cute like that, and in it saying build up my savings account for a Christmas fund. Whatever it would be that I want to have success in and bring to me, I would add to my page. But I've kind of changed how I do that. Now I like to put it in my art journal because creating art for me is my everything. It's my world. It makes me happy, and it is my relaxation. It's my pain management therapy. It's everything. So what I like to do is put it in my art journal and make a tab. I'm going to even make a tab along this edge to show you. I'm going to create a new one and show you how to do it, and put a tab along the edge for my vision board. And then I can find it easily. I can add things to it as I retain things. I can, see that thing. But you want to be looking at it often so that you don't just put it out there the first of the year and then that's it, it's gone. You need to keep feeding that thought, feeding that process of whatever it is. So, you want financial freedom, you need to be working at, how do I bring that to me? How do I get financial freedom? Manifesting it, thinking about it, putting it out to the universe, having positive thoughts. If you have negative thoughts of I don't have enough, or anything that's I don't, turn it to I do or I can. Because if you say, I don't have financial freedom, then I don't think you'll ever attain financial freedom. I do believe in the law of attraction. So, that's just an example, so let's get started. I found a place in my art journal. This is my my big thick one that's 3 magazines put together, and these pages are from Art Journal magazine, so they are actually people's art journal pages. But I like some of the designs, and so I'm going to do my typical thing of covering up this background, covering up the words, just keeping some of the imagery that I like on here, and then I'm going to add some stuff to it before I start collaging on here the things that I would like on my vision board. And you know, you can make more than one vision board, especially in your art journal. You could do a separate one that's just about health issues. So you could have a health vision board where you have a collage about eating better, making better food choices. You can have exercise. I want to exercise more, and have a picture out of a magazine of somebody power walking. You could have, you know, the symbol for medical and a circle around it with a line through it saying, you know, I don't want to have medical issues and I want to get rid of the medical issues that I have. So you could create a page that is just strictly a vision board for personal and health, and you could put a tab on it for that. You could do another one that's for business. So maybe your career, you'd like a career change. So start a business page, make a really cool background spread, make it fun and funky with your paints and your stuff, and you know, the colors that would maybe attract to you money or a business venture, and then put collage items that show that, and that as a feeling that brings it to you, and make a little journaling in there of, you know, I'm at this job, but I would really like a career change this year, and try to manifest that to come into your life. So you could have separate ones instead of it all on one. You could do them for themes. You could do one that's for your home, that you could do a vision board all about your house, that you want to improve the front of your house, the garden, the furniture in it, that you want to get different furniture, things like that. You know, manifest that, have a home vision board. Vision boards are super fun. They're super fun to create, and it's really interesting when you flip back to them. You know, maybe you haven't looked at it in a couple of weeks, and you flip back to it and you realize, oh my gosh, I was manifesting this and it came true. I mean, that's kind of stuff is really neat to me. So anyway, let's make one. I'm going to make a generalized one, and then we'll get started, and I'll just keep, as I think of ideas to give you for your vision boards, I'll mention those also. But again, you can do different topics, different, you know, separate them out by different things, or just have a general one for everything, where you have everything that you want to manifest, you're going to put it on one spread. But hey, we've got this great big journal to play in. Why not make some cool and funky art backgrounds and make a whole bunch of different vision boards with different themes, and put a little tab on the end for what it's for, so you can flip back to it and refer to it. Okay, so now let's get started. Let's create that vision board. Let's manifest some things and do some fun collage. I'm also a true believer that color plays a very big key in our lives, and who we are and how we feel. And when I just started to decide to work on this vision board, the first color that popped into my mind that I want are greens. So green must be what I'm needing. I know that green is the color for manifesting good health. It's also for financial, and those are the two things that I'm needing to focus on. So hey, that could be why just when I opened my drawer of paints, the green paints popped out at me like, hey, those look good, I'm going to use green today. So use colors that evoke an emotion. You know, if you feel like really bright red and really bright orange and really bright yellow, use those colors in your layout. Then maybe do some research, go online on the internet and look at what do those colors mean, and you'll kind of be surprised to find how they relate to you and to what's going on with you personally, or what you're maybe even trying to manifest. So this is really cool right here on this page. You know how we do, I've shown before in my magazine art journals, that you get rid of your negative space. And these are words that were printed in the magazine. I encourage students to let intuition lead the way, take some deep breaths, and cultivate art the art of allowing. Well, you know what? That's pretty cool. I like that. And so I'm going to leave that saying in there. That's the one thing. This has the word inspire, peace, grace. So you can find those words and those things on your pages, even if it's not an art journal magazine, even if it's Better Homes and Gardens. If there's words that sound encouraging to you, leave them on the page. You know, there might be the word joy or happiness or positivity or I don't know, anything on it. But remember that instead of just covering up all those words, look at what the words say and paint around and leave words that are meaningful to you in your backgrounds. You can always add words to your pages as well. And I'll show you how we can do that with magazine pieces. But if the words are already on the page, hey, leave them. I already looked here and there isn't anything down here, so I'm going to go ahead and just put paint over this area. Cover out those backgrounds. And I'm going to do a lot of different little technique-y things on this too. I'm going to leave these words because I like it. And it's got the words, I encourage students, and I might even change that to, I encourage myself. So I'll change the word to, I encourage myself, because this is my personal vision board. So that's what I think I'll do. I like the rest of the saying, and it applies to me. So in here, let's see, I don't really care for this that much, so I'm going to take that out. I like this. It says, have the grace to dream. This says the kids are all right, and that doesn't apply to me, so I'm going to cover it up with some paint. Okay. I like the joy. I'm going to take, this is about the MBA finals. That doesn't have anything to do with my vision board, so I'm going to take that out. I love this though. I inspire peace and grace, and that face is cool, and I'll probably make that face into a flower or something really, really cool and fun. Okay, so there's that page blocked out, and now let me do that the same thing over here, and I'll come back and we'll show the next step. Okay, so there's my paint. I've covered up the places that I didn't want to see. And now I'm going to come back up to this saying about I encourage students to let intuition lead the way. And I'm going to change this to I encourage myself to let intuition lead the way. I love that. And I have some stickers. These are old stickers from scrapbooking. This is a great time to bust into your scrapbooking supply stash. Use stickers, use borders, use all kinds of that scrapbooking stuff. I used to be an avid scrapbooker, and I used to teach scrapbooking classes at a scrapbooking store. And you know, I've kind of stepped away and my art has evolved, but I still have a lot of my scrapbooking stuff, and this is a great place to use it on your vision board because it's fun. Put in some quirky stickers, do kinds of fun stuff with that scrapbooking supplies. So I'm using my sticker letters, and I'm going to change this word on here to the word myself. So I'm just sticking them on and covering up the word that's there, which is students, and changing it to what I want it to read. So now it's going to say, I encourage myself. Oh, got them a little close to each other there. Come on, babies. Shifting them over here so they fit. Make them fit. I don't want to cover up the word too, so I'm going to just move them over a little bit, because I still can also go over them with a little bit of Mod Podge for extra stickability. There, perfect. Okay, so look at what I did. That saying was on the page, and now I've changed it to, I encourage myself to let intuition lead the way, take some deep breaths, and cultivate the art of allowing. That's a perfect saying for a vision board, because you're allowing yourself to open up to positivity and change and the law of attraction. So that's perfect. Now what I'm going to do around that, I think I'm going to do some doodling with a paint pen. So I'm going to take one of my paint pens, and I'm going to go around this and border it out with a fun and funky border where I cross over. I do that a lot on my pages, but I like how it looks. And then add some little dots out here maybe. So now I've kind of made that saying a fun focal. See that? Okay, so there's that part. This is a great time. I have another video about different textures and backgrounds that you can do in your art journals and altered books. This is an awesome time in on these pages and on this vision board page to bust out some of your around the house stuff that makes texture, and do that on your backgrounds before you do some collage. So let's do some background textures. So I keep handy my box that I call my texture box, and it's full of items that I've just, every time I see something around the house that looks interesting and would make interesting texture on a page, I toss it into my texture box. So like this is the plastic out of the bottom of a microwavable food, and it's got this really fun pattern and it makes great texture. So I just pull out a couple of items and start to play. Okay, and I'm using another magazine as my palette here to play on. Sorry, Serena Williams, but you're gonna get paint all over you. So I just put out some paint, some acrylic paint. I use all different brands, all different kinds. It really doesn't matter. You can use expensive stuff, cheap stuff, whatever you got on hand. And I just put some paint on this, and I'm going to put it down and make some fun texture. You're going to collage over this, but this is just adding some interest to your page. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. And I'm going to keep going with that. So I'm going to grab some other items, some other colors of paint, and I'm just going to start layering colors and textures all over my page. And then when I'm done, I'll show you what it looks like. You go to your house, go around your house, find some items. Like this is a silicone sponge, but all those little fingers on it make the most beautiful dots. A shower scrunchie, great in your paint for making a really neat, fun, funky texture. So find some items and make some textures on your page before we collage. And always remember to take time to go wash off that item that you used. It only takes a minute or two, and it gives time for what you've just put down to dry, because you want it to dry before you move on to your next color and your next texture. So go wash off your item. If you keep your items clean, you can use them over and over and over again forever. So just a little tip there. Be sure to take that break, clean up your texture tool, and let your paint dry. Okay, so I've done a couple of different textures and a couple of different colors of paint. Now I'm just taking a stencil and another color of paint and putting it down and doing some stenciling. And if you want what you've put underneath it to show through, you just be really light-handed with your paint. If you want it to be more opaque where you don't see it, then use a lot of paint. I'm kind of doing it a thin layer because I want to see the textures I've put underneath. I'm just adding some color and adding some textures with my stencil. So it's starting to come together. Let me hold it up closer so you can see. It's starting to come together. And I have enough of that background covered and enough of empty places that I'm about ready to start working on my collaging. Okay, and the backgrounds are fun to do. Your pages are fun to start seeing them come to life. And for me, the best part is always the collage part. So on this page was the word create. And I left that because one of the things I'm putting on my vision board is I want to manifest more time to create art. So here's just a page that I tore out of a magazine or book, and it's got clocks on it. So I'm going to cut out this clock and I'm going to put it on this page and do some doodling and word journaling to make this become what I'm manifesting is time, more time to create. Okay, so here's my clock. And I'm going to put it, the word create is kind of high, and that's okay. I'm going to put it down right there. And I'm going to use Mod Podge. You can use glue. You can glue your items in with a glue stick. You can use art glitter glue. It doesn't matter, whatever you have right in front of you. This is just a play art journal, so I'm going to just stick that down with some Mod Podge. Okay. Now I'm going to use a paint pen. And I'm going to come in with some more sticker letters that I'm using up. And I'm going to put the word more up here. Actually, I think I'm going to put that down here. I'm going to put that down on the clock. And just use random sticker letters. And I don't have an R or an E, and it doesn't matter because I'm going to use my paint pen to correct that. There. Now I've got the word more. So I've got more time, and I'm going to put a big number 2 right here with my paint pen. And it's your art journal, so make your art any way you want. You can do it with stickers or die cuts. So more time to create. And I'm going to go around the word create. And around my clock. There. So there's something on my page that I'm wanting to manifest. More time to create. So there's something on my page. And then you can do that with your paint pens around things like, okay, this word on here is inspire. I'm going to make a border around the word inspire so it stands out, because that's one thing I want to do is inspire. I want to inspire other people to have fun and make art. And you know, that's something I've seen a lot lately on internet, social media, is a lot of people start to do this kind of art journaling and, you know, loose play, and they get a lot of feedback from, you know, people around them, negative feedback, like family, friends that say, you know, it's dumb, your art is ugly, you're not a good artist, you can't, why are you wasting your time? And the thing I see that all the time, and it's really sad to me, because I really feel like if you are doing something that is making you happy and it's bringing you joy, it doesn't matter if you're a world famous artist, or you're famous, or you're popular, or if you're doing it in art journal just for yourself to do it for relaxation and fun, don't let someone else steal your joy. If they don't get it, then just don't talk about it, and do it for yourself, and do it for in your own time. And you know, I know we look for praise and encouragement from the people around us, but sometimes we don't get it, and it can make you decide not to even do this. You know, you don't want to make art because people have told you it's dumb. So do what makes you happy. If it makes you happy, then by all means get a book, get a magazine, get some paints and some stencils, and start playing and enjoy the process, because life is about enjoying the process. Okay, so I just made a fun doodly border around that word inspire so it sticks out to me. And that's what you just start doing like this. I love this face, so I'm going to just add to that face that's already on the page. You just kind of want to get in here and do some doodling. Now, this face really has nothing to do with what I'm manifesting, but it's really cute and I like the look, so I'm gonna just take some time and go around and do some journaling on it so that it's just an artistic part to my page, something I like to see. So that's something you can do. I'm just gonna doodle around it and make it fun and fancy. Now I'm gonna go and find some more things that I can add for things that I want to manifest on my vision board. And this is the time where you want to go find your magazines and look for images of things. Like I said, get a Better Homes and Gardens or any kind of magazine and flip through it. And if you're wanting to get, manifest to get a different car, find a photo of a car that you can collage in, or, furniture, pictures of furniture, if you're looking for new furniture for your house. I find my images everywhere, and when I get a magazine, usually people give them to me, and when I get magazines, I just sit down in the evening when I have a television show on and I've got some scissors out, and I just start tearing apart those magazines. I save words and I cut them out. I save big letters, even if it doesn't spell a word that I want. You can cut those letters apart to make a collage, fun and funky word on a page. So we'll do some of that on here too. And I just, anything, images, I tear out images that I want to save, and then I separate them out by category, and I have them in file folders in a file cabinet. So like right now, I was looking for something that had to do with sleep, because I want to manifest better sleep. I don't get good sleep. And so that's something I want to put on my vision board. And I had this image that I had cut out. This was actually in Fire Mountain Gems magazine. It is something someone else had created out of their beads, and it's just in a magazine. It's very thin, but it's so cute, and it's got a moon with a fairy on it. So I'm going to add that to my page and collage it down. I think I might trim it out a little bit better and collage it down and put words around it, and I'll show you what I do with that. I had these pieces, and they were actually clip art that I had printed out for something and then didn't use it, of a girl writing and a book. And I'm going to put that on here because one of the things I'm manifesting is I have some ideas and I'm in the process of writing some books. So I'm going to put that on my page as well for manifesting my books to come to fruition and be published. So it's things like that. Look for little images, little fun images that you can put down on your vision board. Okay, so I've glued those down and into place, trimmed them out a little bit better. Now here's my tray where I have all kinds of words that I have cut out of magazines, and they're just in this great big drawer. So I'm going to dig through there. Ooh, and here's one. Sweet dreams are made of this. See, it was in a magazine page, and sweet dreams would be perfect with what I'm going to say here. So that came out of a magazine, and I'm just going to snip off the sweet dreams part, save the rest for something else, and then trim out those words. And it doesn't even have to be perfect, it's just a vision board. And I'm going to put it right there, stick it down with a little bit of Mod Podge. Perfect. So, places you can find images to put down on your page are clip art, free clip art online that is copyright free that you can print out like this. Images out of books and magazines. You can draw things on here. You can use stickers. Anything you come up with. There's no right or wrong, and you're just creating a vision board. So say you want to put a jar of money. There's some great clip art out there of mason jars and different jars filled with money, and they're great for putting on the page. So just some ideas for where to get some images. Now around this I'm going to take a paint pen and I'm going to put on here write books and get published. And have people enjoy them. So that's what I'm putting down here by this cute little clip art of me writing books. So I'm putting it on my vision board. I'm going to put it into motion. I'm envisioning it happening. I'm creating this idea and thought and putting it out to the universe to take shape, that I can write some books and get them published. So that's on my vision board because that's one of my big goals and things that I want to see it come to fruition. Now over here on this one for the sleep, I'm going to put get better sleep. And I like the sweet dreams, that's cute. And I'm going to just draw a cute little border around that. So now it's on my vision board that I hope to get better sleep. And there we go. So I've got my cute little image, my sweet dreams, and get better sleep. So that's the idea, is just fill up your page with different things that you want to manifest and you want to come to you, and fill your vision board. You can even put the words, get some big letters out of a magazine and put my vision board. In fact, I think I'm going to put that on here and then I'll show it to you, and then I'm going to show you some doodling and add a few more things, and when I complete it I'll come back and show you what my vision board looks like. Okay, so here is my vision board. So I've got a title that I created using letters out of magazines. So my vision board, just created a fun title that way, cutting out letters. I've got the word wishing well and a picture of a wishing well. I doodled around that cute face. I've got inspire, peace and grace, get better sleep, sweet dreams. I've got a money jar. I've got my thing about doing some writing, and I did it, just saying, you know, hey, I see it happening. Meditation, more time to create. So here's the beginning, and I've left some spaces. There are some open spaces so that I can add to this as I find other images or come up with other things that I want to manifest. So I just wanted to show you what I did with mine, and I put a cute doodled border so you can border around the edge. So I used my paint pens to do a cute doodle border. So it's got fun and funky background, and it's got sayings and images, and it's going to help me manifest things that I want to see come true in my life. So I hope this inspired you to work on a vision board in your art journal magazine, or I should say magazine art journal. And then, oh, I forgot to add a tab, but I think I'm going to add a tab to the end here and put the word vision board so that when my book is closed, I'll have a tab where I can flip right to this page and continue to work on my vision board. Okay, for adding a tab to the side of the page, what I like to do is to just take a file folder and cut about 1 inch in where the tab is on the file folder, cut a strip about 1 inch long, and that's going to go right here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that all the way down the back side behind my page, just like that. So I'm going to just put some glue along this edge and glue it on. Okay, so I've glued my tab, my file folder right along that edge. I've made my tab. I use my paint pen to write the words My Vision Board. So now when my book is closed, I can go right to, there's my tab on the end, and I can flip right to my vision board when I want to see it and work on it. So I hope that inspired you to create a vision board in your magazine art journal and manifest some wonderful things in your life. And create some art and have some fun. Art soothes the heart, so stop by again for another fun video of working in our magazine art journal. Hope you had a good time today. Thanks for stopping by. And I am an Amazon associate, so I do earn income from qualified purchases. I do put links in the description box below for products that I've used on the page, like Posca pens, the type of glues that I use. So if you're interested in purchasing those items, click the link below. It'll take you to Amazon directly where you can purchase those items, and it does help me out on my art journey, but no pressure. It's just a disclaimer to let you know that I am an Amazon associate. So again, have fun creating, and thanks for stopping by. Have a blessed day.